All right, so let's start with a new application module. Create a new application module. Let's say project 5, project hyphen 5, I will say. Finish. So in this video, we are going to understand how we can dynamically insert a record into a database. So in order to do that, needing we will be needing HTTP receiver activity, send HTTP response activity, and parseJson and renderJson activities. So let me explain you what are those and how we are gonna do it. So before starting, this will be our input, and the output from our server will be number of inserts. Okay, so how to do that? Let's go to our W. Here, first you need HTTP receiver. So add activity HTTP receiver. First, just configure this. Okay, configuration is simply create a shared resource, finish. And you don't need to configure anything in that. By default, whatever is there is fine. So save it. Now, if you want to log the output of the HTTP receiver, you can log it. So just create a new activity with log, general activities, log. Now let's configure log activity. So input, and the HTTP receiver post data should go into message. So this will log the message, this will log this message over here in the console. Okay, from log we need to pass the JSON. So go to parseJson. Here you can find parseJson, and let's configure this. So parseJson will need a schema, so you will have to add a schema. So project 4 schema, let's add a schema over here, create new, then you just need to right click on schemas and then new, then XML schema file from JSON payload. So here let's say I will say schema 5, no, schema 4, and it is for render, no, this is for parseJson. Okay, take the sample from here, whatever you are going to pass, and paste it here. Just next, finish. Now parseJson is also configured, but let's check again. We need to stop the activity, so we are stopping the old console. Now HTTP receiver is here. So from HTTP receiver, post data will come, and post data will go into JSON string. So this JSON string will be passed by parseJson, and it will convert it into XML. Okay, now what is pending? 1 second. Process variable, parseJson. Why is this error coming? What is this error? The output for the activity in project is not configured correctly. The output we will be correcting. 1 second. So let's take the output of this parseJson and log it somewhere. Let's log it here. General activities, log. Okay, log the activity from parseJson. Where is parseJson? Let's configure that. ParseJson output editor. You have to select the schema that you created. So where is that schema? Schema is not coming. For some reason schema is not coming. This is the schema, right? This is project 5 or 4. No, this is 5. I've created schema in project 4, sorry. So you have to create a schema for project 5 here. Project 5, new, create a schema, schema hyphen 5 parseJson. Okay, next, finish. Now in parseJson, you will have to select the output editor, this schema which we created just now. Okay, parseJson error is gone. Now log that output of the parseJson to logger. Okay, so parseJson output I am taking and logging directly right here. Okay, this, so parseJson will convert the JSON JSON format into XML format. Now we will need JDBC update. So add a JDBC update. This will add a JDBC update. Now what will happen here? We need to configure a JDBC update. How we are gonna configure it? How we are going to configure JDBC update? Simple. Go to general, click on magnifying glass, create a shared resource, finish. Here in configuration, go to username, Postgres, password is your database password, and here Postgres SQL, select Postgres SQL driver, this one, and here select localhost 5432 and database localhost colon 5432. Okay, database test. It is connected. Close it, save it. Now statement will be insert into details. We will provide a name of the names of the column. So name, age, bank, account number, and mobile number. Values, put 5 question mark. Now all this value will be coming from some parameters, and those parameters will we have to show here. And those parameters we have to show here. And those parameters we have to show here. We have to add here. So first parameter was your name. Second parameter was your age. Third parameter was your second parameter was your age. Third parameter was your bank. Fourth parameter. Okay, so we are about to log all this. So we are about to add these parameters: name, age, bank, account number, and mobile number. Okay, all of them are added. But we need to go from parseJson and provide map all the parameters: name, age, bank, account number, mobile number. Okay, output, log the output, general activities, and go into log and add this. Okay, now we will log the output of JDBC update. The JDBC update is giving number of updates like this. Now we need to render the JSON. So we will add render JSON. And render JSON will have one schema. Schema -5 render JSON, and we know what schema we want here. Save time. Schema. Number of updates. Number of inserts. It's inserts, right? So we'll put 1 here. Finish. Schema is created. Go to select the schema in render JSON input editor. Here, select input editor element, render JSON. Okay. Once that is done, we need to check for the other tabs. So input will be coming from number of updates, and I will be putting input here, number of inserts. Now at the last we need http send http response. So we will go into http, we will do send http response. So usually what happens is JDBC update will give us an XML output, and XML is converted into JSON back using render JSON. So if you want log here, let's log here as well. General activities, log, and the input of log will be JSON string. The output of log will be HTTP send HTTP response. Send HTTP response. Okay. Configure this. General HTTP receiver. Here. Description. Nothing. Tags. Nothing. Input editor. Nothing. Conversation. Nothing. Input. For input, the output of render JSON you will be giving to ASCII content, and the content type you will be telling them that in under double quotes it is application /JSON. Save it. Let's run this. Debug configurations. Uncheck project 4. Project 5 we will be checking, and apply and debug. Let's run this. It is running. Let's wait for some time. Okay, the application has started BW application. Now we will hit that API, but before getting the API, I need a URL. So for URL, write this command lend points, enter. You will get the URL here. Control C, and you paste it here. Okay. Now we need to hit the API. So send. So if we are sending, we got an error. Okay, somewhere we got an error. So what is the error? See, so log where it is started here. So this log has worked fine. It has given us the JSON that we have inserted. Then this log has done. Then parseJson has also completed and it has logged the activity here. The log is working fine. Then what happened? Then there was some error. Syntax error at or near values. So JDBC update, go to JDBC update, check the properties, statement, insert into. So query should be insert into values. It is not value. So it should be values. That is my mistake, and that's why it went into error. So let's save this and stop the console. So I rerun this and check again. Okay, debug. Okay, application started BW application. Let's hit that API again, send. Let's wait for a while. We got 200 as status and we got the output number of states. Inserts is 1. Let's check back here. So this is the output of log 1, first log, which is log 0 actually. And this is the output of log 1, which is converted into XML. And then there is a log 2, which is saying that number of updates. We have number of updates, that is number of inserts is 1 single. And then there is the output of number of inserts equals to 1, which is the output of renderJson. That's how it worked. So that's how we convert the values of post data into JDBC update. That means we are dynamically inserting records from our Postman API request to our database. So now you can also add some other values, but before that let's check on, is the value really added? So select star from details. 3 times it got added. Maybe I have run 2-3 times, that's why. Let's run this again. I'm not stopping the Tibco application. I'm just modifying the names here. Instead of maxi1, I will use maxi10, and here I will use 24. I will use SBI. Here let's say account number is something, and here also I will say mobile number is something. Okay, save, send. Okay, let's go back into database and check whether it is added. Yes, it is added. Let's try again. Instead of max 10, we will try max 2, maxi 2, 25, HDFC. Here, triple one in front. I'll keep 76A. I will keep 46. Okay. Save. Send. Go into database. Check whether the insert is added. Select star from details. Yes, the insert is added. So basically, it is working fine. That's it. Okay, very good. See you in next session.